कर्णेभिः शृण्वाम देवः भद्रं पश्येमाक्षभिर्यजत्रः स्थिरैरङ्गैस्तुष्टुवागुंसस्तनूभिः वसेम देवहितं यदायुः ॐ शान्ति शान्ति शान्तिः. May we hear with our ears what is auspicious. May we see with our eyes what is beneficial. May we sing praises to the Lord and enjoy with strong limbs and body the life assigned to us by Him. Om peace, peace, peace. Welcome everyone. This evening we have a guest speaker, Swami Tadananda, and he will speak on self-empowerment for mental wellness. Swami Tadananda is the president of Ramakrishna Mission Fiji, and he joined the order in the year of 1991 in Bangalore. And he is a disciple of Swami Ranganathanji Maharaj, Mantra Diksha as well as monastic vows. He served mainly in the field of education in various centers in India, including Deoghar, which is in the eastern part of India, not too far from Calcutta. Then Ramakrishna Mission Institute of Culture, which is in South Calcutta, and also Vivekananda Institute of Languages in Hyderabad. Hyderabad, of course, you know, Bangalore, Hyderabad is well known for ITs. He was posted to Vedanta Center of Sydney in 2006 and to Ramakrishna Mission Fiji in 2008. Currently, as I told you, he is the president of Ramakrishna Mission Fiji. In Fiji, he will tell probably, we have educational institutions and other activities. So, and that center is there for a long time. So, he is engaged in promoting meditation among the youth. There is a Universal Meditation Center at Swami Vivekananda College in Fiji. And he also uses digital technology to spread the Vedanta teachings, especially in the area of mental wellness. That is his subject, and he is promoting that. And so we'd like to listen to him. This is a very new venture, I think he's going to take up. He's already into it. So it will be nice to know about his projects. And Tadananda, please.
Countries are grappling with that problem, and since I go to New Zealand and Australia often, it made me think what we can do. We who are practicing Vedanta, can we contribute any solution to that? So it came to my mind that the Bhagavad Gita, which all of you have read and studying, was taught to somebody who was himself depressed, Arjun Vishad Yoga, in the first chapter of the Bhagavad Gita. He is a great accomplished warrior, renowned for his prowess and abilities. And before an arrow had been shot at him, he he was a defeated man. Not that something from outside overpowered him, but something from within him gave, and he collapsed. He was shaking and shivering and on his knees and wanting to run away into a forest and giving all types of excuses to justify that. And then we see Sri Krishna in the 18 chapters takes up this wonderful song, the divine song, the Bhagavad Gita, step by step, educates him, empowers him, and towards the end, the same man who was in a very miserable state in the beginning is up and ready to discharge his most difficult duties and responsibilities, more than anything that we in our everyday life would face. So there is some power in the teaching, and it came to my mind how we can make this available to the people. It's not about self-realization, it's not about God realization, it's about empowering them to have that strength and understanding to face their everyday life. So that was the idea that came to my mind. And then to deliver it, of course, teachings are there. Most of the time in many centers we take the Bhagavad Gita chapter by chapter, verse by verse, give the exposition. But the modern youth who need it would not want or would not be interested probably in that way. So we have to do some work with Swamis and those who are students of Vedanta, who have studied the Vedanta. It seems to me that if we could take out the principal teachings of the Bhagavad Gita, 8, 10, 12 principles, but we need to repackage them in a way that is palatable and interesting to the modern. And therefore we need to know what is the appetite, what is the taste, how do they like it, and that's where the challenge is. And it should not be just simply information. It should be something that they can put into practice. They should get a taste out of it, that it has empowered them in their everyday life. And generate a taste a little bit more, what more is there beyond just empowering them to have a strong mind, control over the emotions. Then they go slightly higher. So today I will discuss, I'll try to present to you some tools or methods of taking it out to them. I don't want this to be necessarily a lecture or talk. I would love it to be an interactive session, so you please feel free at any time to put your hand up and ask a question or give a suggestion. I might ask some questions or be involved. Those who are in the back might want to come forward a little bit. I'll try to use some presentations on the screen, but it is like a teamwork, not like a Swami preaching here. You have been listening to Gita, Upanishad, Vedanta and all that. Let us say in this session we'll try to put our head and our ideas together and see if we can come up with some solutions where we can all work together and make some products that can be utilized by people out there. The method would be using a digital technology where people can access this anytime, anywhere, by anyone. That's how we need to reach out to them on the smartphones and tablets and all those things. So we've been working on a project a year back. We took some consultants out of Australia and New Zealand, specialists in IT and mental health, to Fiji, and we asked them to do a little bit of consulting for us, and whether there's any solution like this, is there any space like this, is anyone else doing something like that, and the response was that everyone is very busy with the clinical side of things, like somebody has become depressed, so they are already trying to do counseling and psychiatry and medication and all that. But the real problem is, challenge is not to try to attend to the people who are about to fall off the cliff and running to them with an ambulance, but it's about building some fences up the slope so that people don't slip down the slope of mental health. And that's where Vedanta can come, because in the second stage you require expertise, you require training, and we cannot enter into that. There are issues with claims and all those things can happen. But for education, empowerment, prevention, being proactive, Vedanta definitely has a solution or has a opportunity to empower people in there. So, okay. So we'll start with where we are, trying to understand how we are related to the universe or the world around us. Sri Ramakrishna would say, if we knew three things, then one doesn't have to do very much more. One, you would say, know who I am, means he, who you are, and what is our relationship. So we'll try to put that bigger framework, a Vedantic framework in front of anyone who comes. How we are related, what is our true nature, and what is the nature of the world, and how we are part of this and interconnected and all that. So let us say we have this physical world. Okay, I'm drawing these lines here. Actually there are no lines like that. We have this world of matter. This is the physical world that we are. In this there are galaxies and planets and plants and animals and human beings and all these things there. It's an ocean of matter. And various objects or things are various bodies in which matter is constantly flowing. That which was in the plant is eaten in a human being, and then it flows on. So it's an ocean of matter in constant flux. And then we have prana or energy. So there's an ocean of energy. Energy is flowing from one source to the other. That which was in the sun is caught by the chlorophyll of a plant, is converted into starch, and somebody eats it. Right now it's in me, I burn it in my body, in the cell, it gives me energy, I do things. But that energy is flowing. And then we say there's an ocean of mind. An ocean of mind which is called the Mahat, cosmic mind. It's like an ocean, but it contains ideas, thoughts. And those ideas flow from one source to the other. So if we say in an ocean there's a little whirlpool, we are one whirlpool, you are another whirlpool, and this whirlpool, the same water is flowing in and out. And then behind that we have something called the intellect. Now I will matter, prana, mind, intellect. Intellect is the intelligence, the power of discrimination which controls the mind. In this we will find that since my body is a physical made out of matter, and I'm moving my hand from one position to the other, we will say that's possible because there are some nerve currents making the muscles contract in a particular way, and that's why this movement is happening. So prana is controlling the physical body. What is controlling the prana? The mind. I have an idea in my head that I will lift my hand from one position to another. So the prana, the mind is controlling the prana. So there is an equation, a relationship, the subtle controls the gross. Why I am telling that? Because when we come to the mind and mind control, then we will have to find something with which we can control the mind. Something higher is necessary. So the mind controls the prana, prana controls the matter. What controls the mind? Power of discrimination is there. Lots of thoughts are in our mind, but we say that which we choose to say, we shut them others down. A person who does not have that discrimination, he babbles anything and everything randomly is going, isn't it? So in those people where that buddhi is awakened, then we say his buddhi mind, his intelligence, he has that he exercises that control. And what controls that intelligence? There is consciousness. What is consciousness? Well, maybe we can't define it, but we can all feel it. It's inside us. It's in us is more than what is in a small tree or an insect, a worm or a monkey. In a human being it's more manifested. So consciousness is there in all of us, but its manifestation is more or less depending on the purity of the body-mind complex. So here we have this universe. Now in this, if I wanted to represent a human being which is also made of matter, is prana, mind and intellect and consciousness, how would we put this together? So we are a body, and part of this microcosm, we are a microcosm. So in that crest that I have put there, how do we represent it? So since we are a body, all of us have a strong body consciousness, prana. Maybe we can put something like this. We have got all those things, something like that. Does it sort of make sense? So we've got a body and we've got energy in there, we've got a mind and intellect, and all of us have got some eye sense and consciousness in there. So if you Does it look right? Yes? A bell curve, not this way. This is, you say this is good? So how many would say this is right? Looks good. Anyone disagrees with this? Well, I'm asking you, this looks good or is it? Yes. So how it should be? Should be taller. Okay, so if you say I make this something like that. Yes, somebody was saying something? Inward. Upside down. So, okay, somebody says that it should be something like that. Or, okay. So normally the first one is the normal impulse, because we have such a strong body consciousness and we feel there's a little bit of intelligence and something there. But from a Vedanta point of view, it is the other one, and it's a very, very nice model to use to study your scriptures and also. So we say man is essentially a spiritual being having a human experience. Okay, so his real self is there at the top. That is his anchor. He never deviates from that. Okay, but his I consciousness drifts down and down and down and down and comes to this body level up here. So this is his real self, and when he pulls down, you get an I sense. You see some small I there. The more you drag it, the bigger it is. And this point here is a variable because it moves up and down. So when we are at the physical level, if I ask you who you are, you will give me the name, the label that has been given to you by your parents, and your age, your weight, and all these things. Basically, they are telling to me about everything about body, but you say, I am this. The qualities of body, mind is appropriated or superimposed on the I consciousness. If I talk about the prana level, then you say, I am healthy, I am feeling full of energy, or I am tired today, and low energy. If you identify yourself at the mind level, then you might say, I know, I don't know, I understand, I am confused. All those things that are the qualities of the mind are now superimposed on the I sense. And at the intelligence level, then the power of discrimination is there or not. And what we know ourselves as I am, we don't haven't that experience. That is the experience that happens in samadhi, when this whole I merges itself, the ordinary I disappears, it dissolves, or it becomes part of the universal I. That's when we say it says Aham Brahmasmi, I am that universal consciousness. So when you talk about mental health, then we are going to talk about this part. That's where the problem is. Now, why is that we have a problem there? Then let's have another analysis of what a human being is like in its different dimensions of personality. So here's the body. Then within the body there is another dimension which we might say is the emotional aspect of our being. Then there is an intellectual, and there is a moral plus ethical, and there is a spiritual dimension. Together all these are various aspects of our being. The body is the grossest, smallest, so I have to put a circle there. The mind, this is, all these three are in the mind. So body, mind, spirit, this is what we are there. Around the body is the mind which surrounds it, permeates it, and overlaps it, and the spirit is something Well, actually I can't put a circle because that will be limiting. It's something that's all finest, that permeates through all the levels of our being, the mind and down to the body level, because that's the consciousness which is interpenetrating and controlling it all. Now, in Swami Vivekananda's teachings, if you have a look every time, you see he says, strength is life, weakness is death. He says if there is any message or any teaching that comes out of the Upanishads and the Gita, is that one teaching of strength and fearlessness. Those who are strong, then they are not being affected by the outside forces. Life, he says, is a play, a struggle between the external forces and the internal forces. If the internal forces are weak, then the people get overpowered. For example, if my immune system becomes weak, then I will get affected by any bacteria or virus. So long my immune system is good, then the outside world cannot unsettle me. Likewise, if we are intellectually very strong, then somebody else's ideas and thoughts through an argument is not able to overpower us. If we are emotionally very strong, then what others say, we are not so touchy in that somebody says something, teases or criticizes, and we don't lose our balance. And morally and ethically, if we are morally and ethically strong, then when temptations and all those type of things come in life, as it happens, we have the inner resolve, that moral fiber to withstand those things and maintain our balance. And spiritual strength, of course, the more we are anchored in our true self, the less the outside world can affect us. So we understand that one thing, strength. How do we make ourselves strong? Strong so that the outside world, whether it's people or the environment or anything, cannot unsettle us. It's related to mental health, because you find that most of the people, they can give you a whole list of problems that can affect them. But at the core of it, you might say, when their resilience or the inner power is less, then they are overpowered by things outside. So the solution would be not to go and change the outside world, because we can't do that, but we can try to empower ourselves so that the outside world cannot affect us. That would be the Vedantic approach of changing or dealing with the problem. And Swamiji says that in Vedanta we try to strengthen the subjective side of man, not the outside world. That is within our control, we can do something like that. So, if that is the goal, that we want strength physically, emotionally, intellectually, morally, ethically, and spiritually, at all dimensions. Now suppose, let us have a look in our education system or the society that in which we are growing, the children and in which we are also living. What are the systems or exercises so that are necessary available to make ourselves strong? If I had to make somebody or ask somebody to become very strong physically, how do you do that? Exercises. So you will go to a gymnasium where proper tools are there. You might even get an instructor who will tell you how to do that, and you go and do 2 hours of exercises, and what will happen? You will come back very tired. You didn't become strong. So something else is necessary. Only exercise is not good enough. Good food. So nutrition plus exercise, and one day of exercise will bring out the muscles? No. So we all know that regular good food, exercises done in a very systematic way over a period of time will bring out some muscles in the biceps and all those type of things. They did not come from outside, but the exercises were necessary to manifest. I am trying to take you through a principle there. Nutrition plus exercises over time helps in the manifestation of strength from within. We have that plenty of gymnasiums, and so many arrangements are there in this world to make ourselves physically strong. Now let us have a look at the middle one. So this is all good. Intellectually, yes, we have a beautiful education system. We have got these kindergartens and primary schools and secondary schools and universities and all that. In that, the various subject matters, whether it's maths, chemistry, physics, or whatever, is systematically graded in different levels. And for each year, there are textbooks. In the books, they are again systematically divided into chapters and lessons. And then we find that at the end of the chapters, there is something called exercises. Right? There's a reason why they're called exercises. And there are books called exercise books and all those, in which you do the exercises. And if you go through that education system, whatever profession or discipline, you develop that mental capacity to understand that subject matter, whether it's engineering or medicine or accounting, whatever. So that systematic training brings out that power that is potentially in there. We choose whatever profession, we become experts in that. Now in that, again, do we have some formula, that same formula? What would be food for the mind then? Nutrition, we said, is necessary. So knowledge, ideas are food for the mind. Okay, that's coming from the book or from the teacher. And the student goes to a particular discipline, puts his time and effort and rigorously practices that. And that intellectual muscles, so to say, develop by which he is able to look at a complicated situation, not overpowered, he systematically understands it and develops solutions to solve it. So yes, we have something there, maybe lot of information, processing of information, but there might not be much about concentration of mind and all those things. So it's done there partly. If I look at the spiritual, somebody wants to become spiritually strong. Of course, there's so many. You go to a teacher, a spiritual guide, and he will give you some spiritual food, nutrition. What would that be? Spiritual ideas that are recorded in the Gita and Upanishads, okay, and there will be spiritual exercises also, the japa and meditation and study of the scriptures, and we do that sincerely over a period of time, and those faculties within you will open up by which we can understand what are the spiritual truths, okay, and of course experience them also if the mind becomes pure. So we have got something there in the spiritual dimension also. Now let's look at the other two that have been missed out. If one wanted to make oneself emotionally strong, then if you look around in the society and community, in our education system or at homes and families, what are the exercises and what are the nutrition that is available there to make us emotionally strong? Do you have something? In your life, have you come across some real systematic training that made you emotionally strong, so that somebody says something which you don't like, but you don't get walked over it or lose your sleep over it and worrying and whatever depressed was said about it? Do we find in our education system something is there? Even a little bit? Relationships are there? Is that a sort of like, just like your education system, all the systematic training, do we have, or we randomly learn here and there through our hardships and getting knocked around in this world? Really, we don't have a proper training. We all agree. In moral and ethical also. If you look at that, if we came in a good family where the parents taught us those values and they demonstrated us and encouraged us, then we develop those respect or knowledge of those particular moral and ethical values, and they become part and parcel of our character. But if they did not, then people would be out there, they have no qualms about doing anything wrong, and we see a lot of that also. So we have a problem, this is like trying to do a little bit of diagnosis. So there are some problems here, emotional and if you look at that, we probably know where the cause of the problem is, and we also have an idea what are the weak spots in our system, in our training that need to be attended to, whether it's a parent taking care of the children at home, or it's a teacher who is teaching in school, or it's the education system that says, let's not try to just put bandages, let's try to heal from within, let's try to not increase the number of school counselors and psychiatrists and different types of medicines to suppress mental health issues, because the real solution is empowering the people from it. So far so good. Okay. So we want strength, even emotional strength, moral strength. And it should come from where? From the government, from the Ministry of Education, from the teachers, from the society. Where will it come from? Training and all those, somewhere in that system, but ultimately, well, the power will come from within. So one of the things that the children need to know, first thing, is to try to stand on their own feet. So all education system should be there, not trying to make them dependent on an outside or rely on some outside support, but to give them a true understanding of these multiple dimensions of what we are. So first part is spiritual education, so that they are educated and have a very deep conviction that whenever they need something, they have to seek within, not outside. You can take help of some people outside, but the ultimate goal is not to be ever dependent on them. It is like, you have seen that Japanese doll that you want to make fall down, and every time you try to tilt it, tip it over, what happens? It stands up. And those who know physics will tell that's because the center of its the center of gravity is very close to the point of contact on the surface. So in this world, if you look at people, some people have the center of gravity outside and some are closer to the source. Outside would mean that some power or position that I have, and I'm great because I'm holding a particular chair, I'm a president or this or that. When that chair goes, everything is taken away from me, or money or property and things like that. So when that gets upset or disturbed, then I fall apart. It could be something with their own physical, I'm a very beautiful person, I'm a very strong person, but with age and all that, that also goes away, and that physical, that support that was disappears, we again fall apart. It could be at the mental level, somebody is a great intellectual person, scientist or something, but as age goes down, he begins to lose his memory or this and that, that also goes away. So ultimately, those who are centered in themselves, at the core, the spiritual being, they are the ones who will not be easily knocked off. So the closer we are to the center of our spiritual self, the less we are liable to be knocked around by the world. Yes, the world will give us a hit, but we will be able to regain our balance. So one of the trainings or teachings that should be given to children right from childhood, they have to drink this with the mother's milk, so to say, is this holistic idea of what they are. Not only simple physical being or a mind, but they're more than that, and the core of their being, we are all a spiritual being. This spiritual thing, entity that it is, a little bit about that has to be taught also, because that is the source of all knowledge, beauty, goodness, strength, purity, bliss, everything there. That is the infinite existence, knowledge, bliss. That's taught. It's not simply some object, but it's the core of what we are. It's the most wonderful, beautiful, powerful message. That type of Vedantic knowledge gives them a very, very powerful anchor within themselves, that look, whatever I am at the core of my being, something most wonderful. And if I had to seek for strength and whatever that we need in my life, that is where I should look at. So how do we integrate that into our education system? Education system doesn't mean the classroom and all that. It has to start maybe parents practicing that and teaching the children in simple stories and all those things as they go in life, and as their capacity to understand those concepts become more, they can be developed further. But by the time they reach an age of 20 or something, they have a wonderful feeling and idea of their own divine nature, so to say, and they try to manifest that power in whatever profession and things they do. So that would be that intellectual knowledge part of it, that education part of it. How that can be given through technologies, through education, all that we can work out different. That's a challenge in front of us. When we go into the mental world, when we say people become depressed, okay, and how we are going to actually help in this situation. So if you understand what happens during a person when they sort of land themselves into this slippery slope which goes to some dark spaces, they say, and if they go down too far, then they are difficult to reach. Parents are not able to understand what they are, and they suffer in that. They might go to a psychiatrist or a doctor or somebody, and the psychiatrist is also has got some training, but it's sometimes almost like there's a deep well and you take some pebbles and you throw in there and you try to listen, and from the echo response try to figure out what is in there. So the psychiatrist asks some questions and some responses comes, and you might find some solution, some core of it, what caused it, or you might give some medicines that will suppress it, but the problem is not solved. So let us look at that mind level and expand that. So this mind, we said, was an ocean of thoughts and ideas. We live in this ocean. Alright. And there are all types of thoughts in there. Thoughts by wonderful thoughts, beautiful thoughts by good people, and there are other thoughts from other people, and we are in this world. The mind is like a receiver and transmitter of ideas. Okay. So right now I am trying to transmit some idea to you. You are receiving it, you will scan it and process it, maybe you will communicate with somebody else. It could be a talk, it could be a conversation, it could be music or book or article, but ideas are flowing, and we are receiving constantly ideas, we are tossing out ideas also. Swami Vivekananda beautifully says, when he says, this world is a world of influence. We are either being influenced by the world or we are influencing the world. The strong minds, they throw out wonderful power that influences the world. Great teachers, Tadananda, Christ, Buddha, Ramakrishna, the tremendous powerhouses, they knew how to inject the spiritual power into ideas, and when they released it, the world gets charged by it. And we say they are charismatic people, they are magnetic personalities and all that. And then there are other people who don't have that, so they get influenced by other people in a group and conversation or whatever is there. So we say there are thoughts of lower level and thoughts of high level. And if you remember in the Bhagavad Gita, when Arjuna was going through this problem, Sri Krishna says immediately first thing, Uddhared Atmana Atmanam Na Atmanam Osadayet Atmanneva Atmano Bandhu Atmanneva Ripuratmana. Raise yourself by yourself. Do not lower yourself. If you raise yourself higher, you are your own friend. If you take yourself down, you become your own enemy. So, if that is the diagnosis that the doctor is giving to Arjuna, that you yourself are the one who is going to treat you, not that I am going to treat you. But the method is given that you raise yourself with the help of your higher power. If you let it come down, then you open yourself to the negative influence. So here if we say, suppose the mind can go either up or down, and that's a locus point that shifts up and down. Whatever it will receive depends on whatever frequency it is aligned. Let me introduce another idea. In this room there are so many TV channels, radio stations and all those things. I take a TV and I change the frequency and station X appears. You see the beautiful movie and all those things. I change the frequency again. Station X disappears, station Y appears. And you can change to different stations as the frequency changes. So many channels are present there, but you receive the one at which you are tuned to. Alright? So, the mind is like that. When it comes down to a lower level, it opens itself to the lower thoughts and ideas which are present in this mental space. And when it goes up to a higher level, then it also opens itself to the positive, wonderful, sublime, beautiful ideas that have been thought out by it. It is affected. What it receives depends at what mental frequency it is. That's why Sri Krishna is telling Arjuna, you raise your mind to another high level, then you will have the best wonderful ideas that has been thought by people. But if you bring your mind down, then you open yourself to the influence of the negative ideas. So he's not trying to solve Arjuna's problem, but he's trying to teach him the technique by which he is going to solve his own problem. Alright, so here we have a little bit of a mental solution. What we are going to teach the children then is that technique, those exercises by which that person can uplift his mind. Whatever reason the mind is sinking down, and it is coming down, then he has opened himself to the negative ideas, and those ideas are now rushing in there, and then it will take him down and down and down, and that's how it happens. It's like you drop a ping pong ball on the top of the steps, and it goes down, 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 down. So, how do we prevent that ping pong ball from slipping down? How do we build those fences and up at the top of the slope so that one does not slip down the path? So I think here we have some logical way of explaining and understanding how a problem of mental health can appear. In that, if the previous samskaras are like that, there is a tendency to drift down in that way, or the environment is like that, you are in the company of such people that they tend to drag you down. That's why when somebody went to Sri Ramakrishna and would ask, what is the way? You find almost everywhere he says, satsang, holy company, good company. You might say, what's the big deal about that? From this point of view, you see, he's trying to say, find people or environments where those uplifting ideas are there, and they can elevate you up. But if you are in the wrong company, you are struggling, maybe through a japa and dhyana and meditation, you are making a conscious effort to uplift the mind, but things are trying to drag you down. So, in a family where a very good atmosphere is there, parents are spiritual, they are taking care of their children and all that, they are safe, looked after very well. But when they go out without that capacity and the stamina to stand on their own feet, so to say, then they get influenced by the outside world. It is very much palpable among teenagers. That's where this problem is much more. And if you try to understand these teenagers from the point of view of Eastern philosophy compared to the Western philosophy, where everything is like behavioral sciences and all that, the Eastern philosophy says that we all come with a whole bundle of our samskaras, prarabdha from previous lifetime. It's not a blank slate. But when somebody is a little child, a little baby is like an angel. She's like an angel because the body and the mind is not really developed to manifest those ideas of the seeds that are potentially there. But teenage comes, the body matures, and then you see children are doing things, and you say, why? Where did you learn that? We never taught you that. And the child says, why did you do that? And he gives you a very peaceful, innocent smile. It just happened. It's not that I wanted to do it. That means those seeds that were there within him or her, they are beginning to sprout. And that is a very challenging period, the teenage period, because in that period, what is called that buddhi, the intellect, the discriminating power is not really grown and matured, and therefore they are very, very vulnerable to the environment and all that. In the olden days, the teachers understood that. So when the children were at the age of 7 or something, they will be initiated in the Gayatri mantra, they repeat that mantra. Within that mantra is a wonderful power to awaken the buddhi, that spiritual, that intellectual power. And they lived in a Gurukul system under the strict supervision and guidance of a spiritual teacher who helped them tide over through this teenage problem age, and at the same time the teacher also taught them about some secular means by which they could earn their livelihood. At the same time, along with that, it gave what is called paravidya, spiritual knowledge. And then the child was young man was equipped to go out in the world and make it a success, whatever he wanted to do. That, unfortunately, is not part of our education system. Our education system is about, okay, what is it? How to be healthy and strong, and how to enjoy the world, how to get more money. It's all about enjoyment. The spiritual component dimension is not given just because they don't have it in them. And that's why we have a society in which lots of problems are there. So the Vedanta knowledge is very, very empowering because it is saying that if it is delivered at the right time in the right way to the children, trained, then they have been empowered, self-empowered, to stand on their own feet, to have the confidence and faith in themselves, and whenever they need any strength or whatever they need, they go within themselves and find it out. How those powers within can be manifested, that is the task that has to be given. It's not about doing meditation, it's not doing about japa, they will not do that. Some practical knowledge has to be given that can be imparted in the education system. Maybe for too long we have been talking about Vedanta from the point of view of liberation and nirvana and self-realization and God realization. Yes, it has all that capacity there. But if the mental aspect is not strong enough, the mind is the tool to which this is to be achieved, if that's not properly developed, then it doesn't make sense how you would be able to achieve something higher. So when Swami Vivekananda talked about religion, he said it's that power that transforms a brute into a man and a man into a god. It's an uplifting, elevating power when it is really applied properly. And he also said religion is not for those who are on empty stomach. Okay, if you are physically very requiring food, clothing and shelter, if you teach high Vedanta, then those people, they can't appreciate that. But on the same line, we can say this Vedanta is also not for people who are not mentally strong. And so, it seems to me that this wonderful teachings of Vedanta to be accepted by larger number of people and to be beneficial to more people has to be brought down one or two notches and applied in the mental area to make them mentally strong. Then they will get a taste of Vedanta. Vedanta in the sense having that confidence and knowledge of the divine nature and how they are interrelated with everything, the idea of oneness behind the manifold. There are two principles of Vedanta. One is the divinity of the soul, second is the oneness of existence. So here we are focusing on the divine nature. And if that is given to the students, to the children in a systematic way, dose by dose, systematically through stories, through parables, through classes on meditation or mindfulness, slowly they will begin to develop that inner strength. They will also develop that confidence and conviction that within them is that power, and that becomes a lifelong journey, and that will be really empowering them to connect themselves to the deeper. That is one thing. We have to understand another thing while we are talking them, when we are teaching to them. One of the things we have to drive to them is that the source of all knowledge and whatever we seek is in the spiritual level. The more we can draw that down to the lower levels, the more we can nourish these dimensions, the grosser dimensions of being, the healthier we are. The power is within, but the trick is how much we can draw from within. And what are the techniques? So some spiritual disciplines of japa and meditation and concentration and all those things are there. Other things, those who are in the field of education, who are dealing with them, how we can develop some techniques, training methods, exercises by which it can be applied into the everyday life and be taught to them. So I hope that here a little bit of Vedantic framework has been put together, and its application, what would be the gymnasium to do this the most what would be the, I said gymnasium because Swamiji has said, Swami Vivekananda said, this world is a gymnasium where we come to do exercises to make ourselves strong. This world is a gymnasium where we come to do exercises to make ourselves strong. And we talked about strength. So if we say, do we require some special place where we will make children and people emotionally strong? Well, this world itself is a gymnasium, and constantly life is throwing us various exercises, but we are not looking at them as exercises. We are looking at them as problems which we want to avoid and dodge and somehow escape because they are painful. They bring us unhappiness. Okay, isn't it like that? No one wants to be unhappy. You see, somewhere on the signboard, don't worry, be happy. I've seen that many places. Don't worry, be happy. Who says he's trying to be worried? He says, I don't want to worry, but worry is not leaving me. Isn't it? So somebody is worrying and then he's sitting down, the worry keeps on coming, he wants to shrug it off, he wants to talk to some friends or this and that, but the moment he or she is quiet again, the worry jumps on his shoulders. It reminds me of a little story. Two people were sitting on the bank of Ganga in the Himalayas in winter, and they saw one blanket or something drifting down the river. So one of them knew how to swim. He said, I will jump in and grab hold of the blanket. The other one said, please go ahead. So he jumped into freezing water and reached the blanket, and the person on the bank is seeing that he's not returning, so he's shouting to him, okay, let it go, come back. And the one who is in the water says, I am letting it go, but it's not letting me go. Actually, it was not a blanket, it was a mountain bear that looked like that. So in life, we get attracted by something out there, and then we find it is not what it is, what we thought it was, and when we try to leave it, then it is not leaving us. Okay. So, in this gymnasium of this world, Mother Nature is constantly trying to teach us something. And among the teachers, the painful experiences are maybe even better teachers than the pleasant ones. Sometimes we don't understand that, that's why we want to avoid the painful ones and try to be just going for the happy ones. In the Upanishads, you know the beautiful story about the two birds on the same tree. You must have heard, Swamiji must have taught you about that. Are you familiar with the story? Yes, so on the top of the tree is this beautiful bird, content and immersed in its own divine glory, full of bliss and radiating that light of peace and serenity and tranquility and all that. And at on the lower branches there is this other bird, which is symbolic of the embodied soul, the Jivatman. The one on top is the Supreme Self, the Paramatman. And this bird here is very active, jumping from branch to branch and eating fruits, and sometimes he is eating some nice fruit, and sometimes he eats some bitter fruit. So long she is eating the nice beautiful fruits, she is happy. But when she eats an exceptionally bitter fruit, that bitter fruit makes it look up, seeing the beautiful bird up there, and it jumps one or two branches up and comes closer to the other bird. Now, which of the two fruits, the sweet ones or the better ones, were from a spiritual point of view beneficial to the bird? The bitter ones, isn't it? But we see, when the bitter ones, we get the bitter ones, we think they are problems, we are trying to run away from them, we want to only eat the sweet ones, be happy all the time. So if we taught the children that look, there is a utility for these unpleasant experiences or problems or whatever we might say in this. They are great teachers. They are the exercises by which we will become spiritually stronger. Don't try to run away from them. In the long journey of life, you will find that those painful, so-called painful experiences were good for you. So in the Bhagavad Gita, Sri Krishna teaches that there are three types of happiness. Sukham. That which is sattvic, the superior one, is like poison in the beginning, but nectar like nectar in the end. And if that type of teaching is taught to the children also, they don't only go and look for nice things and be happy. Everything comes, it's an opportunity for you to pick yourself and see how you will do that exercise, how you will handle them, so that with the help of the inner power that is within you, make yourself stronger, that outside things do not affect you. Just like when you go to the gymnasium, the first day you go, you do a lot of full dumbbell and exercises, you come back very, very sore. It was very, very painful. But you don't say, it was so painful, I'm not going to go tomorrow anymore. You are going to go with that understanding that pain will become less and less and less as you become stronger and stronger and stronger, but that is necessary to make yourself stronger. So when children go into school or in the society, when problems come to them, if they have been trained to have this outlook that they are not problems, but they are exercises, and they can be utilized just like exercises in the gymnasium. These exercises can be utilized by them to manifest that emotional strength. And if they can do that, they can reach a state where what other things, whatever world can throw at them, it will not disturb. So the gymnasium is out there, but it's the attitude with which we approach. Sometimes, so much attention is given trying to remove the outside problem. Somebody is bullying somebody in the school, so the whole focus is on trying to attend to the boy who is bullying them. Why can't we train the students so that they don't get bullied? That would be a better solution, isn't it? How do we empower them and train them that no matter what others say, does not affect them? That would be a better way, isn't it? Not only in bullying in the school, it's out in the society, because the way we are trained, we tend to make ourselves a slave to the society. How whatever the society dictates, we decide to please the society. How we dress, what we own, where we live, what's the, sometimes I say, initially the glasses were made there for you to rectify your vision. Afterwards, the brain you wear is like what others, how you look to others. So the subjective emphasis is changed to an objective. And so what happens? We become a slave to the society. Somebody says something nice, we are happy. Somebody says something uncharitable, we become unhappy. Our happiness and unhappiness depends on what somebody says. In other words, we have forfeited our freedom into the hands of others. And they, whether they like it or not, whatever, they're making us stand up or jump up or sit down. And this is the situation. So that freedom which is our inner nature, we have given it to things outside. And that's how the society controls us, and we are at the mercy. The Vedantic approach would be, how do I take that back and empower ourselves so that I am the master of what I am, or in total control of my feelings. So these are some principles that can be built into the training mechanism. How that will be done? The knowledge part and the application part would also be there. So this is where we are trying to bring in some Vedantic approach of psychology, of the holistic understanding of a human being, of the interrelationship between men or different people all around, and how we should act and interact with them, to empower ourselves to have a picture or a vision in this journey of life, that as we go from birth to teenage, to youth, to adult, late adult, old age, we grow spiritually. So we came up with an idea. And it is said, if we try to put all that knowledge and wisdom that's already there in various spheres of our education system, in a way that, in a systematic way, that people could go to this source and pick something that will help them according to them. So if you said, if this is birth, this is childhood, then this period is teenage, this is youth, adult, we can bring adult into adult later and early and late, because it's a big span and people mature as they go on, and there's old age. And we are all going through this journey of life. And then we say, if we are not only physical beings, but we are a body, we are an emotional being, we are an intellectual being, we are a moral and ethical being, and we are a spiritual being. And we try to develop this whole comprehensive picture of this journey of life and a human being in all his dimensions of this, and classify that knowledge, Vedantic knowledge, in such a way that if a youth were here, so this is a youth period, and we were looking at some knowledge that will empower that person to be emotionally strong, so we will be talking about that area. And if somebody clicks on there, then he will find those type of relevant teachings for that age group, because the need changes. How it's to be presented to a youth and how it's to be presented to a child or an old elderly person. The same principle would be there, but its application will change. But we can put the basic principles there and involve the people in working out their own solution. This is the model, the matrix or the framework we are looking in this project. Okay, so the knowledge is all there. We have the Gita, the Upanishads and everything there. We have got the physical exercises, yoga and Ayurveda, and how to keep ourselves healthy physically. We have a lot of thing about intellectual education, whatever is taught in the school and things. Add to that meditation and all those things, how you can have concentration of mind and mindfulness and all that. But like I said, these two sections, this emotional and the moral and ethical, is like an unattended area. Not much has been developed. It's not that the teachings are not there, but it's not systematically developed. And who's going to do this? Is somebody going to design everything and say, here is like ready-made and just follow it? Or are we going to put the principles together and teach or work out a method where people will work out their own solutions? Because the infinite variety of situations, whether somebody is a businessman or housewife or whatever profession, each one's life is different. They will have to have their own different applications. So at best, I think we can put the principles and guide people or involve them in the process of working out a solution. How this is to be worked out in a very systematic way, when somebody comes to this site, so it's a global photo, it's not about some religion, it's not about some god, it's not about Buddhism or Christianity or Islam, or it's about American or Fijian or Australian. It is about the person, it's about me. I come to this site, it's about self-discovery. I do not know what you want to call it, something nice name. And it's all about self-empowerment. So the person comes here, he finds some nice teachings about himself, and he explores the place around. He says, wow, I did not know about my spiritual self. I did not know the philosophy behind or the teachings behind the moral and ethical aspect of it, or emotional dimension of my being. A mother might find something for the child, so she is teaching something at the early stages, nice moral stories and all those things which she can teach. Those things could be available here. For teenagers, they have their own problem. The adults have their own problem. Elderly people who are in the transit lounge about to go, they have their own problem, isn't it? And if Vedantic teachings can be nicely organized in a systematic way, then it could be accessed by anyone. anytime, anywhere. Gradually it can be developed. You can put something up there, people will try it out, they might give us feedback, not working, let's tweak it like this, and we keep on refining it, and eventually we have some nuggets of gold out there which people can reach out from anywhere according to their needs, whenever they need. So these were some thoughts that we are tossing around with our Swamijis and our devotees. We said there's a need for this knowledge to Vedanta to go. There's a very critical area of mental health that everyone is agreeing something must be done. How it is to be presented and delivered. Here are some ideas we thought that could be, we can make an attempt. They are all over the place. For example, if you go to YouTube and you get so many beautiful lectures. One moment you get a lecture on Ashtavakra Samhita, another one on something else. And it's not organized in a systematic way. But suppose we said we will give the Vedanta teachings through 100 lessons, starting very simply with the very basic, simple things. Then take them just like you learn maths in class 1, class 2, class 3, 4, like class 8. But at the end of the day, they understand maths. Can we put Vedanta in a systematic way so that somebody comes, goes through the whole course, and a course not of simply reading and understanding, but it's about putting into practice, so that by the time he finishes that, we can say with some good confidence that he has covered all the bases and all the basic principles of Vedanta have been taught. Not only taught in form of ideas, but it has been while he was learning or she was studying that, he was practicing along with that. So a Vedantic lesson on that side would be something like that. There might be in the first level a little 5-minute video which could be illustrated within a voiceover time somebody is trying to explain, and then there might be some question and answers in which we ask that person to engage and make sure whether he or she has been able to understand it. So you can do some multiple choice or fill in the blanks or drag and drop, and immediately you know whether the concept is clear or not. We might want to, so this is like knowledge. How many of you are aware of Bloom's taxonomy? Those who are teachers, they will know that there is a hierarchy through which an intellectual idea is assimilated, an idea is assimilated. Swamiji said education is more about assimilation of ideas. When you have assimilated 5 ideas, you have more education than somebody who wants to hold the knowledge of a library in their head. So assimilation of ideas goes through a succession of 6 steps. That's part of education pedagogy. First is knowledge. Then comes understanding. Third comes application. Fourth comes analysis. Fifth comes synthesis. Sixth comes feedback. And if we can take an idea through all those stages in the while you're processing it, that idea becomes part and parcel of that person's nature. And then you'll find that they will be churning it out in their thoughts and words and deeds. So in the lesson that we designed, there might be some information or knowledge part of it. Then there is some question and answers to check understanding part of it. And then there might be some case studies about where some person in their ordinary everyday life has applied it. So the person who is reading it gets a conviction that it's not only some ideas up there in the sky, but it is practicable. It could be a housewife or teacher or a businessman or something like that, very engaging. And then we build up a little journal. Journal means it's your own personal diary or something in there, because when you come to this site, not like a website, but you register and you have your own progress that you monitor. You do 5 lessons and you come next time. You continue from there on, it's your own learning process. But in the journal, we ask them to think about some situations in their everyday life where they can apply that teaching. So we ask them to process that. And it's going to be very specific to that person. And it could be very private, no one else knows. That's his personal record. So we take them through all that process, step by step by step. And after 1 month, we might come back to that person and say, look, 1 month back you had said that you could apply this. Did you apply this? And he comes and says, yes, my boss gets me very irritated or upset or something. I applied this Vedanta knowledge or something, and I was not affected by it. So application stage of it. So an idea has been slightly assimilated. It's not talking about liberation right now. It's not talking about self-realization. It's making himself mentally, emotionally strong. In time, when we go through the systematic process, by the time we complete that training course or something, whatever you call it, maybe it comes to ends up with a certificate or something, some recognition that somebody has systematically completed that knowledge, because people want to know. And we also want to have such people out there in the field who have acquired some knowledge. Who knows, they might be able to share that with somebody else, because how many Swamis are there? How many people you can reach out? If people are well trained, they can help out somebody else if they have that knowledge. Good to have that network of people there, but with proper training. And then that's how the idea expands. So that is the sort of vision or idea we have in mind, that this Vedanta teachings are there. How do we make it practical? Swamiji was very, very particular about practical Vedanta. He initially said that Vedanta was practical first and then it became a philosophy. Now we have the philosophy, we have to make it practical. Yes, it's practical as a spiritual discipline and all that. It's a spiritual philosophy. How do we make it practical in these other dimensions of it? There's a need, there's a gap. We have the knowledge, we're reading the Gita and the Upanishads for so long. The challenge there is how we can design these solutions in this way so that we can attain, at least starting with this mindful health area. And these are some ideas how we can do that. From the technology point of view, it's not very, very difficult. It's there. The challenge is how we can capture these ideas and make it a solution in the mental health area. So with this, I leave these ideas with you for you to follow up what we are trying to do. If you are interested, how this project is rolling forward, so please go and have a look at this website, www.rkmglobal.org. rkmglobal.org. Whatever ideas we are going to collect and how the project is going to roll out, we will keep on putting it up there, and there will be an area where you can come and give an expression of interest. So if somebody is a teacher or doctor or something, I would like to be part of it. You can fill your details and things, and if we find that you have some expertise or some skills or something that can be useful, then we can contact you and team you with other people who will be working in a similar area, and we can all pool our resources across Swamis of our order and devotees of our mission, Vedantins, whoever is there, and pool that knowledge and resources and see we can make something on a global platform that can be used across the world, starting in English, and we can translate in Spanish and other languages, but a central, authentic, universal database of Vedanta. So thank you very much for this opportunity, Swamiji. I think she wants to ask some questions here. Right now all centers are doing things in their own way. Some have children's classes, some have different activities are there. Here we are trying to say, let's get the best of what is available all across and pull it together and give something that can be used by everyone else. So that's why the chart I drew, different people will work something in there, and slowly it will grow. It might not happen overnight in the first year, but if we pull our resources, maybe in 5 years down the line, it becomes a very nice, authentic source of education and training. These ideas have been running in my head, say, for a year or so, a year and a half. I tossed it around with some Swamis, and then before going further, I thought, let me go and talk to our Swamis, meet with them and the devotees, and see what they say, whether this is the way to do something like this is necessary, can we do it, is it, all those type of things. And after time I visit to some 12, 13 centers of Europe or US in this visit, I hope that I will have more clarity and those ideas will come on that website. So please follow, and if you're interested to contribute or be part of it, we look forward to your contribution. The framework of what we want to do is what I have sort of shared in a broad way. Okay. When we launch it, then the technology part will come. Okay. So this is like a sort of a scoping and consulting stage of it. Beginning, early stages. Yeah. And that's where we probably get feedback, and then we can cooperate with the ideas. Yes. They don't know. They'll ask for everything, but the parents have the discrimination and the maturity to give what is good for them. We give them all the toys and everything, and then we wonder why they have this attention deficit syndrome and can't concentrate, because they're always jumping from page to page. The website or TV channel, we used to read a storybook, sitting with great concentration powers, and that exercise of reading and visualizing in your own mind a movie that everyone was creating, that was developing that power of imagination and all those things. Now we just simply watch, that passively watching, and children are not given the type of education, the training of mind, which is very, very superficial. Anyway, there's a big problem out there, but that's all about trying to design new solutions. Yes. Yes. At the right time, somebody points and changes the outlook. This is not a problem, but look in this way, and the whole perspective sort of changes. That is the type of guidance that has to be given by the parents, if the parents are themselves aware of it. And that's why it's about educating the children, it's about educating the parents, and it's about educating the teachers. All three have to come together. Yes. So we thought if we started doing everything, then it will become very difficult. So we try to create one area, an important area, and we also develop our capacity in understanding in people who are going to work with us, so they also understand what we are trying to do, and then we expand. But different people might come and you might say, I would like to work in this area. And that will start, and then let us see what comes out of it. But the overall framework is there, and we all sort of try to understand what we are trying to achieve. That's why we try to make that framework. Yes. broad ideas and thoughts that have come to my mind in that. And like you say, a lot of people start thinking then all these various other areas that could be incorporated to enhance the framework that we have put. What I'm trying to see in this 2-hour interacting is, do you feel that we are on the right track? Does it look good as a starting rough roadmap type of thing? It's something that we can all work and do, and the finer details and all those things that talking will come. But at least it looks like there's a need for it, and it's something doable that we, the Vedanta Swamis and students, can take as a project and a challenge. And if we can put all our efforts together, it might take 1 year, 3 years, 5 years, but if we can put something there out in the world for people to come and use to empower themselves, that is what Ramakrishna, Swamiji and all the spiritual teachers wanted us to do. So how we can be instruments in their hands and the channels through which that wisdom that has been entrusted to us in our hands, how we can broadcast it out. But now the digital technology is available, how we use this to reach out to people is maybe the innovative part of this solution. Thank you for your suggestions and feedback.